When an athlete is injured, they're in a very tough spot, right? So they're taken away from their team, they're taken away from their coaches in a lot of cases, they lose that identity. And the Injured Athlete Program is an opportunity to provide that coordinated medical care.
From the moment there's an injury to the moment that athlete returns to snow, the communication that's able to take place with SOSI being local and being so connected to the club is unlike anything I've seen. And it really allows for this nice foundation for the athlete to work through their process. There's no more question marks.
So the Injured Athlete Program here at Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club is really an excellent opportunity for our athletes to get back on snow as safely and as quickly as possible.
I was actually injured here at House and Hill at the Holiday Classic race. Jammed my thumb into the ground up by the third exit and ended up breaking my thumb, and then was able to ski the rest of the run and got down and took off my glove and saw my thumb looked like a balloon and went straight to the ER.
Forrest was able to give me a call and let me know about Alex's injury. We were able to get Alex into the office quickly and into surgery quickly as well. And he had a thumb metacarpal fracture, so he broke the base of his thumb down here.
I was out for 4 weeks, no movement with my thumb joint, anything like that. I was going into PT and hand therapy with Marty at SOSI, who was amazing.
The benefit of having Tracy and the UC Health Sports Med team right here for hand therapy is this close interaction of us working together with the patient.
So when Alex came into the clinic, his main goal was to get back skiing, so he brought in his ski pole for us to make a thermoplastic splint to fit around it. Alex was great, he knew exactly what he needed with the splint, and he left and was able to go race.
4 or 5 weeks and I was back in the gym with Sadie.
Alex is a workhorse. I'd say he's really the driving force of his own recovery. He not only learned a lot from his injury, but just had to train in general for what was appropriate for him. Getting back on snow is obviously their priority, but one of ours is to make sure they stay integrated with their team and have that social aspect along the way.
Well, I was one of the first injured athletes. You know, being injured is just about my worst nightmare. So having a place where I could go and actually feel like I was working out was super important to me. I've been doing Winter Sports Club for as long as I can remember. I joined the Freestyle Mogo program when I was about 9. I got injured last summer doing water ramping out at Bald Eagle Lake, and I basically just landed kind of weird and crushed my ankle.
So she had a twisting type ankle injury, which is one of the more common injuries that we see in sport. She was trying to get back to sports, but then she had a recurrent injury, and that's when we were prompted to do the MRI.
They actually took stem cells from my hip and put it in my ankle to help me naturally grow back the cartilage that I had broken. It's crazy to see how some time off actually can be good for you, because my skiing and my jumping both are progressing much faster than compared to before I was injured. I met some of my greatest friends through Injured Athlete, and Sadie is incredible.
This program had a lot of parts to it. Working with Dave and bringing Forrest on, we just saw a big gap from when we would see athletes get injured until when they came in here to be on snow. So it was really just connecting all those dots back together and what's best for the athlete so they're not so far removed from their team for so long.
A big goal of ours was to leverage the resources here in our community and the incredible local resources that we have to do the very best that we can with what's right here in Steamboat. And the real goal of this program is to bring those all together in one team focused on the athletes.
Having a place where these athletes could come while they were working through their injury rehabilitation was really powerful. And just them feeling that sense of collective community and knowing that, you know, there's other athletes that are going through this. This is part of the sport. It's part of, you know, what we sign up for when we're an athlete.
I think being mentally there and not kind of wandering and really kind of staying mentally strong is a huge part of it, and having Luke Brosterhouse here was amazing resource to go to.
Injuries happen in sport. To recognize by the athlete and the parents that they're going to come back. It's just a pause in their training and a pause in their competition. But the team that we've put together here, I feel so incredibly confident with it. Our orthopedic surgeons over at SOSI, our sports psych team, our strength and conditioning team, our therapists, I think we're in a really good place to let people know that if they do get injured, they're coming back. They're going to be okay.
We learned a lot this first year, but it was a fun learning process. I think the athletes that we had, again, they trusted us. We were really open with them in our decision making. Going forward, one of the things we're just really always working on is that communication across the board, really trusting the process. If you're always working with the PT, with the athlete, with the sport coach, and everyone's on the same team.
The Back on Snow program was amazing. I was able to work with a bunch of different athletes that I have never seen before in the club. It wasn't only alpine FIS athletes, but mogul skiers, Nordic skiers.
It is a big accomplishment to, do the little things that you weren't able to do for months, and just having people feel like that's something you should celebrate is really important.
Anytime that you're injured and not doing what you love doing is very hard, so just learn to appreciate everything.